What's up, Jet? Today I would like to talk about my predictions for the anniversary, just kind of based off of the older information that we've had. Just trying to see if we can find a pattern of any variety, so that we can come up with who the next anniversary character is. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chet. I'm torn between three different reps. I think that we are going to get either Super Gogeta Angel from Fusion Reborn, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then Teen Gohan specifically, and then we're going to get, or we're going to get Gogeta 4. Those are my current predictions. Like I've heard that there's a lot of assumption that we're probably going to get Ultra Instinct Goku because we just got Jiren, which, you know, it would make sense if we didn't get 3 super reps in a row in this last season. So I don't necessarily think that's what's going to happen. I can't, you know, I can't be sure. Don't take what I say just like as a prediction, of course. But whenever we're looking at the older seasons, you know, like if we look at, where's the first season? There you are, right? We had hero, villain, hero, villain, you know, and then you technically you could consider Bardock as a hero, and then Kefla as the villain. This one's kind of lenient towards Bardock, but I don't think Bardock was really ever like a bad guy, so it's kind of weird. Kefla is an antagonist, and then, you know, hero, villain, and then you know, backwards villain, hero. But this last season was 3 straight villains in a row. So in my honest opinion, this was already a rule-breaking season, and we got 3 super reps. So in my imagination, we're going to get probably 3 heroes. So, you know, it could be, you know, Super Gogeta, Gohan, and UI Goku. It could just be those 3. It could really just be that. But I don't necessarily know. But what I have to say is that there is a rule breaker guaranteed in this group. It's Beerus. Beerus changed the game entirely, removing a God of Destruction from the map to put Bro in the game. And it also replaced, you know, Champa with Geen or Lakir. So you had to take that into consideration whenever making Beerus, and they did. So in my imagination, we're gonna get our first big rule breaker. You know, like there's a big community-driven thing where all Gokus are going to be DPS, you know, all Gohans are going to be tactical. That was already said by Toshi in previous seasons, that that's not the case. So in my honest opinion, this could be the moment whenever Super Saiyan 2 Gohan comes in as a DPS character, as somebody like that who is going to put a lot of effort into changing that rule. You know, we're like, if we ever get a UI Goku, me personally, I do not want UI Goku to ever be a DPS. It just doesn't really fit in my mind as that way. You know, Golden Frieza could be tactical. I'm not saying it can't be a thing, but more people are going to want it to be a DPS. It just kind of makes more sense to be that way, in my opinion. So in all honesty, I could see it being either way. I genuinely think that we're not gonna keep the same role. You know, if Super 17 comes in, tank. You know, like there's so many characters that would be missed opportunities to put them in a DPS role. You know, like to put them in a DPS role just doesn't really make like a lot of sense. A missed opportunity, put you in DPS. You know, like you could have done more with a lot of these characters. You know, done a lot more with all these characters, but we just didn't. And with these 3 villains coming in, my honest predictions are going to be Super Gogeta, because I think Super Gogeta has a really high chance of being now. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as a push unit for sure, because it's a push unit of all time. And that last one, I don't know. You know, I don't have any idea who it could be. I'm not hopeful for UI Goku. I wouldn't mind UI Goku, but it's not really like it would be a limit breaking would be the seasonal like theme or whatever. So I'm not sure, but I would say my bets are on those two for sure. And then a character that I would want, would be Janemba. I would love a Super Janemba of any variety. That would be so cool. But yeah, no, those are just my predictions. Looking forward to it. Really hoping that Beerus coming into the game was not a fluke and we're going to get some rule barriers in the near future. But I'm looking forward to this anniversary. I'm hoping that they fix chips and we can move away from Bardock and Bulma. I don't know who's going to get changed or whatever, but I'm going to be honest with you. My imagination is 80% of the cast are going to get buffed. And maybe like two nerfs, please. 2 nerfs. Alrighty, chat. Y'all have a good one. Stay frosty. We'll catch you later.